Secretary General continues to follow the situation in that region with great concern. He is particularly worried about the multiplication of new fronts. We're also witnessing an increasing number of civilian casualties and a severe humanitarian impact on the well-being of people throughout the region. In addition, the continued attacks on energy infrastructure in the Gulf can have a dramatic impact on the global economy, which is still very dependent on fossil fuel. The situation is also of particularly concern to us along the Blue Line. Over the past 2 days, our peacekeepers from UNIFIL have recorded dozens of rockets and missiles fired into Israel, claimed by Hezbollah, and several airstrikes and incidents of firing from south of the Blue Line from Israel into Lebanon. This morning, peacekeepers observed Israel Defense Forces soldiers crossing north of the Blue Line near Markaba, Ades, Karfkela in Sector East, and Ramya in Sector West, before returning south of the Blue Line from some of these locations. Our special coordinator for Lebanon, Janine Hennis-Pashert, has also been in touch with all concerned actors in Lebanon and Israel in order to urge both sides to avail of existing diplomatic channels and to avoid a further escalation. UNIFIL remains in constant contact with both parties as well as cessation of hostilities monitoring mechanisms. Despite extremely challenging conditions, peacekeepers continue to carry out their mandated tasks as mandated by Resolution 1701, and they will keep reporting developments both publicly and to the Security Council. We call on both sides to exercise restraint and recommit to the full implementation of the cessation of hostilities arrangements of November 2024, as well as Security Council Resolution 1701. Meanwhile, on the humanitarian side in Lebanon, airstrikes yesterday reportedly caused more than 50 deaths and over 150 injuries. That's what the Ministry of Health in Lebanon is telling us. Israeli authorities have issued forced displacement orders to people living in more than 100 towns and locations in southern Lebanon, in the Bekaa Valley, and in Beirut's southern suburbs. This is done ahead of anticipated attacks. Displacement has also increased significantly, with nearly 60,000 people now reported to be in newly open emergency shelters and many more people reportedly on the move. This is primarily affecting southern Lebanon and the southern suburbs of Beirut as well. Our partners are working with the Lebanese authorities to ensure coordinated response as events unfold. This includes providing food, health, water, sanitation support. More generally, our humanitarian colleagues in Lebanon tell us that falling missiles and drone debris, restricted airspace, and active hostilities continue to cause civilian casualties, damage infrastructure, and disrupt essential services. In Iran, sustained airstrikes since Saturday have reportedly affected more than 1,000 locations, resulting in about 790 deaths and nearly 750 injured. That's what local authorities and the Iranian Red Crescent Society is telling us. Some strikes have also reportedly hit dense residential areas, and early reports indicate damage to civilian infrastructure. In Israel, continued airstrikes also in dense residential neighborhoods have reportedly resulted in 10 deaths and dozens of injuries, as well as damage to civilian infrastructure. Humanitarian operations across the region are being severely affected by insecurity, supply chain disruption, and airspace closures. The movement of humanitarian personnel remains restricted. International humanitarian law is non-negotiable. Civilians, including aid workers, must be protected at all times. We and our humanitarian partners are continuing to respond to needs across the region, but unimpeded access, security guarantees, and adequate funding will determine how effectively we can respond.